Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to the No Comfort Zone. Today's episode, we're going to be talking about mindfulness. Hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
About 5 years ago, when I was doing the speaking, I was going to places, speaking to audiences and getting paid to speak and doing very small venue stuff. And I wanted to get better at speaking in public. Even though I've done it before, I wanted to get away from the training role of car dealerships. I wanted to get away from the management side of things and leadership, speaking and training that I was doing. I just wanted to get away from that. And I wanted to get into the more personal growth, personal development, not necessarily related only to the automobile industry. The two very much go hand in hand, but I didn't want to have the stigma of being a car guy and being a professional speaker, a paid speaker in the car business. I wanted to break away from that. Now, I already have an audience in the car industry. Now, since I have that audience, breaking away, I didn't know what to talk about. And the funniest thing, I decided to Google it. What's the main topic, the hot topic for my one page? You know, your one sheet when you're a speaker, it's basically describes who you are, what you do, it's your resume and what you speak about. And I wanted to talk about whatever the hot topic was and see if I could relate or if I could get in front of an audience and speak about what the hot topic was. And about 5 years ago, it was mindfulness. So I had to look it up. What does that mean? Compassionate, caring, understanding of another person's needs and their wants and their current, where they're at, empathetic. So I started to realize that mindfulness, I'm very mindful of a lot of people. I'm very mindful of situations. And if you're listening to this, I'm going to share with you how it crossed back over into the car business, into what I do and what I've done. See, sales, the language of sales, the language of persuasion is very different from regular conversation. It's different than debate. It's different than arguing. These are different types of communication. But when it comes to the language of persuasion, sales, what you want to understand is that mindfulness is a big part of that. And why does that relate to you if you're not in sales? Because everybody's making a sale in one way or another. And in the wonderful world of a communication of sales language, persuasion, sometimes you're going to have to get people to do things that are necessarily not what they really want to do. And from a point of view of what I do in the industry that I'm in, I have to ask people to do their job quite a bit. Rather than being the dictator and do your job or else, that's easy to fall into that category, but it's not very cool. I don't respond very well to that. Most of you probably don't either. But the neat part is I figured out a way a long time ago how to be mindful when I speak. My dad would always tell me what to do. I even told him, don't laugh too hard. I told him one time, the reason I'm going to the Marines is because I don't like the way you're always telling me what to do. My dad was loud, but isn't that funny? I'm going into a place where they yell at you what to do, and I'm leaving my dad because I'm tired of him telling me what to do. Crazy, isn't it? It was laughable at the time. Telling somebody what to do all the time, whether it's a spouse, an employee, a customer, anybody in your life, your girlfriend, whoever, boyfriend, telling them to do it all the time can get old. So what I'm going to share with you, a little bit of value in this, is called the PACE lead. And the PACE lead, I think maybe I've spoken about it before. I'm not sure. I've done 380 of these podcasts so far, and I'm not sure if I've touched on the subject or not, but it's an important one, especially when it comes to getting people to consider your way of thinking and then doing what you actually want them to do and them being happy and almost like it's their own idea. What you want to do is you want to do the PACE lead. And the PACE lead is nothing more than directing a person's attention towards where you want them to go. And the best way to do that is give a sincere compliment. I'm talking a very sincere compliment. Case in point, I'll go to talk to one of my detailers. Hey, when you clean that guy's, when you did the detail on that guy's $125,000 BMW, I really want to let you know I put you under a time constraint. I think you did a great job with it, The customer was super happy, and I really appreciate you doing your job so well. All very sincere, all very true. I didn't embellish in any way, shape, or form. So thanks a lot for doing your job, basically is what I'm saying, but I'm acknowledging this person's intent to get a job done under the timeline I gave him and to still maintain his professionalism and get the job done. I also let him know customer feedback. So I'm giving him a lot of edification at this point. I'm going to tell him one more compliment. And you know what? The fact of the matter is that your ability to get a job done like that shows your strong work ethic and shows your ability to want to get the job done right. So I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you doing what you do. Then I'm going to ask him one question. 2 genuine, sincere, very realistic compliments. And then 1, I'm going to ask for something in return. Now, what I need you to do today, if you can help me, is I'm going to need you to move this part of the inventory, 30, 40, 50, 80 cars over to this part of the inventory. And what I need to do is make sure that everything's lined up. And whatever support or help you need, you just let me know and I'll get the necessary resources for you to get the job done. Is that going to work for you? And 99 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, absolutely. I'll get that job done for you. And if there's a sincere objection that comes up that is realistic, like, for example, I have 3 other details, I can't do this, whatever it might be. But sometimes just asking somebody to do their job, hey, I need you to do this, is just fine and well enough. My CEO said, just get to the point and let them know. That's great. The reason I do that, and I talk about mindfulness, why I do the PACE lead, and I do it often, no matter what I do, whether I'm at home or whether I'm at work and in the position that I'm in, the reason I do it is very simple. 30% of your entire staff, 30% of the people that are around you, just use the number 30%. 30% of the people that you are in consistent and a regular communication with have something major going on in their lives, whether you know it or not. And if 30% of the people have something weighing heavily on them, well, then I just think a little bit of mindfulness will go a long way. A little bit of caring will go a long way. I think as a leader, as a person who wants to take command of their language and be persuasive, I think it's a responsibility, an ethical responsibility to be mindful when you communicate, when you need to get things done. So this podcast was more about leadership and mindfulness and maybe a style of communication that you can use today by giving someone 2 genuine, sincere compliments and then backing it up with whatever it is that you need from them. But they got to be sincere. They got to be genuine. You have to acknowledge them that they're doing something positive and favorable, and you let them know what it is and why they did it. And then in the future, shortly after, then you ask them what exactly it is that you need to move forward for your benefit and for the group's benefit or for the family's benefit, whatever it might be. Hey, so I really hope this helped. Thanks so much for subscribing to the podcast. If you want more of this information, if you want more on leadership, more on setting goals, more on accomplishing goals, dealing with adversity, do yourself a favor, man. Go to launchwithdan.com. Launchwithdan.com. Get on my calendar. Tell me what the problem is. Tell me what the solution is. Let's go over your goals and let me hold you accountable to getting the desired results that you're looking for, whatever you're looking to do, whether you're in sales, whether it's a relationship, you're looking to make some extra money, you're looking to do things the right way, you're looking to communicate better, whatever it is, I know that I can help you. Go to launchwithdan.com. If you want to connect with me directly, go to dan@thenocomfortzone.com. Until then, let's get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.